Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm doing a series called What Makes This Singer Great, and next up is Sam Cooke. If you guys would mind, please like and subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. Don't forget to ring that bell so I can keep cool videos coming your way. And I have a singing course called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. You can find it right here at kentamplinvocalacademy.com for those of you interested in learning how to sing or sing better. I'm gonna go ahead and do Sam Cooke, but I couldn't get some of the videos that I wanted. Like I wanted to get a Change Is Gonna Come and some other stuff, and I couldn't get permission to use it. So I've got a couple pieces I think that'll be cool. But what comes to mind when I think of Sam Cooke, first and foremost, is his beautiful, big, round, velvety, just pillowy sounding vocals. Just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful sounding vocals. Of course, I've got like Twisting the Night Away and Change Is Gonna Come is what I would have loved to have been able to play. Unchained Melody. Guys, if you get a chance, just go back and take a listen to A Change Is Gonna Come or Unchained Melody and just listen how warm and beautiful and round and gorgeous and fat and just, like I said, pillowy, fluffy sounding, silky his vocals sound in that. We got Chain Gang and Cupid, like a lot of songs that he's done, and he's like kind of like from the late 50s, early 60s. So this isn't a more recent guy. Now I know I've said this a million times, but Steve Perry claims this is his biggest vocal influence, and I believe it from the sound of Steve's voice. But he also did a lot of spirituals too, a lot of gospel songs. So go back and check out some of the gospel songs. It was kind of a strange bedfellow to have him do, and how he died. I think he got shot by a hooker's, sugar daddy or whatever, right? And so there was a whole weird sort of thing that happened around his death, and he even knew he was going to die, and he kept going to relatives that something creepy is going to happen to me, and they kind of blew him off, and whatever. So there was a premonition of that for him that was kind of strange. But I also think of his voice as just being effortless. Like he just opens his mouth and just boom, it just comes out, right? You're not going to hear that so much in a couple of these clips, but like I said, an Unchained Melody and Change Is Gonna Come and, Wonderful World, some of these other earlier songs that he did. Incredible pitch, just phenomenal pitch. Like I already talked about killer tone. Vowel placement was absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful vowels. I don't even know how he learned to get those vowels, but somehow God gave him just perfect vowel placement. I had to earn mine. His was a gift, I think. And then, he did a lot of covers, too. So it wasn't all original stuff. But so with that said, I want to dive right into this, and let's take a listen to Sam Cooke. This is Twisting the Night Away. And it's old.
Let me tell you about a place somewhere from New York way, all where people are so gay, twisting the night away. And man, they have a lot of fun. They wouldn't trouble
handsome guy.
Run. Man, you find old and young, twisting the night away. They're twisting, and everybody's feeling great. They're twisting the night. Let me tell you about it. Here's the man in evening clothes. How he got here, I don't know.
Spot on vocals, right?
And you ought to see him go.
Back in this era too, like whether it was Danny Kaye, I don't care who it was, of this era, even earlier, everybody did it live. And they did it great, and they did it night after night after night after night after night, and there was so much talent back there, and the bands were live, and the horn sections were live, strings were live, done live, you have all these great live performances, and now, kind of a lot of stuff is on tape, most everything's auto-tuned. There was nothing like that. That's what made him great, was they couldn't rely on all these toys and fake stuff, and cut and pasting this chorus to that chorus to this chorus, and can you fix that? I couldn't quite sing it right. No, they had to do it and do it live, and that's what I totally appreciate about this. So there's that, right? And then I'm going to call up one more, and then I'm going to talk about a couple other things in a minute here. But here is the Ed Sullivan Show. This is back in 57.
Darling, you send me honest.
There's that Steve Perry. Whoa, right? You heard Steve Perry use that a lot. Well, that's him.
I know that you thrill me, darling.
Again, a really doo-wop, kind of crooner doo-wop stuff. And so when I think of I was born by content. And just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time running, but I know a change's gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. So I encourage you to go back and listen to some of the warmer vocals, because these recordings don't do this justice at all. But tell me, what do you guys think of when you think of Sam Cooke? I think of an era where it was kind of coming off, we came off the war, right? It was, late 50s. Yeah, the swing era and all that stuff. And it was kind of a little more happy times. People were a little more relaxed. The war was over. Yes, we were coming into some other wars, unfortunately. And we heard a mouthful of that from a lot of the rock artists, whether it was Creedence Clearwater and, all the early Vietnam stuff. And, man, there was a lot of bands. American Woman was written about that. We had a bunch of bands writing about early war stuff. Child in Time, we've talked about that. I did a version of that too. I don't think I've ever covered any Sam Cooke songs, so I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do Changes Are Gonna Come, and I'll put that out so you can see how I do on that. But anyways, gang, tell me what you think of when you think of Sam Cooke. And also, I'm doing this by request, so if you got someone you want me to cover, please put that in the comments section and check out my next video.